I watched a man die. Not in a hospital, not in a bed surrounded by machines, in a barber's chair, on a quiet Thursday afternoon in October. The kind of afternoon when nothing dramatic is supposed to happen. The kind of day you don't remember unless something changes you forever. His name was Harold Jansen, 67 years old. He had just retired, 8 days earlier. 41 years at the same accounting firm. 4 decades of alarm clocks. 4 decades of commuter trains. 4 decades of just one more year. 8 days into freedom, he sat down for a haircut and his heart stopped. Just like that. No warning speech, no dramatic last words, a massive heart attack. Finished. His retirement lasted 1 week and 1 day. I wasn't there when it happened. Tony the barber told me. His hands were shaking while he talked. But I knew Harold. For 30 years I knew him. He brought his shoes into my shop every few months like clockwork. Same polite nod, same careful way of placing them on the counter, same quiet smile. And I knew something that made it worse. Harold was supposed to retire at 60. His wife Vivian begged him. His daughter, all the way in San Diego, begged him. Even his doctor begged him. His blood pressure was terrible. His knees were worn out. He hadn't taken a real vacation in 10 years. But Harold always said the same thing. Just 2 more years. Just until I hit 40 years. Just until the pension maxes out. Just. 60 became 62. 62 became 65. 65 became 67. 7 extra years. 7 years at a desk doing work he stopped enjoying sometime in the mid-90s. 7 years for a pension bump his wife never got to enjoy with him because he died before the first full check even arrived. Let that sink in. Now I'm going to tell you 2 things, and they sound like they contradict each other, but they're both true. I believe work is sacred. I do. I fixed shoes 6 days a week, 10 hours a day for more than 60 years, and I loved it. I loved the smell of leather. I loved the sound of the needle pushing through the sole. I loved knowing that when someone walked out of my shop, they were walking on something I rebuilt with my own hands. Work gave me dignity. When life got hard, and it did, work gave me structure. It gave me purpose. It gave me a reason to stand up on mornings when standing up felt impossible. Work can save you, but too many people are slowly killing themselves at jobs they don't love, for money they don't need, during years they will never get back. And they're not doing it because they're greedy. They're doing it because they're afraid. Not afraid of poverty, afraid of freedom. Afraid of waking up and asking, who am I if I'm not my job? Afraid of the silence that comes when you stop being useful in the way the world measures usefulness. Both things are true. Work can give you life, and work can steal it. If you're over 60 and still working, you need to know which one is happening to you, because the answer changes everything. Let me tell you about 2 more men. Same neighborhood, same generation, 2 completely different endings. The first was Sal Gordano, a plumber, owned his own business, Gordano and Sons. The Sons part was mostly hope. His boys wanted office jobs, clean hands. Sal didn't. Sal loved plumbing, and I mean loved it the way an artist loves a blank canvas. He would come into my shop with grease under his fingernails and excitement in his voice. You should have seen this bathroom I redid. Marble tile, copper fixtures, perfect alignment. He talked about pipes the way painters talk about masterpieces. When people told him to retire, he laughed. Retire to what? He'd say. I already do this for free in my head. That's the difference. He wasn't escaping work. He was living it. Sal worked into his mid-70s. He slowed down, took fewer jobs, only worked for people he liked, but he never stopped because he didn't want to stop. He died in his early 80s. And the week before he passed, his wife told me he was sketching a bathroom renovation idea on a napkin. That's how you go. Not clinging to a desk, not counting pension charts, but still curious, still engaged, still choosing. Then there was Arthur Greenwald. Arthur worked for the city sanitation department, office job, paperwork. 34 years behind a desk in Lower Manhattan. He told me once, I haven't had a good day at work in years. years. And he kept going. Why? Because Arthur was terrified. His father died broke, ended up in a state nursing home. No savings, no dignity. That image haunted him. So every year Arthur said, one more year, just to be safe. But here's the thing about fear. It doesn't have a finish line. Safe keeps moving. You hit the number, then you move the number. Arthur finally retired in his mid-60s. Big party, nice restaurant, 50 people, applause, smiles. He stood up to give a speech, and he said something that I think about all the time. I just realized I wasted at least 5 years. 5 years. When he finally sat down and looked honestly at his finances, he realized he could have retired 5 years earlier. He had enough. The pension, the savings, social security. He had enough. But fear kept him at that desk for 5 extra years. 5 years of Mondays he hated. 5 years of commutes he resented. 5 years he could have spent traveling with his wife, or reading, or walking, or just breathing. 5 years traded for money that sat untouched. Now let me ask you something. If you died 8 days after retirement, would it have been worth it? If you died 5 years too late, would you forgive yourself? If you love your work, truly love it, keep going. But if you're only staying because you're afraid, you need to face that. Because the world will always give you another reason to delay your life. Another bonus, another promotion, another just until. But your heart doesn't negotiate. Your body doesn't wait for your pension plan. And time does not refund unused years. Harold thought he was being responsible. Arthur thought he was being careful. Sal just chose joy. That's the difference. Not money, not intelligence, choice. If you're working because it lights you up, that's beautiful. If you're working because you're scared of stopping, that's a prison. And the tragedy, most people don't realize which one they're in until it's too late. So here's what I want you to do. Tonight, sit down quietly, look at your numbers, look at your health, look at your life, and ask yourself one honest question. Am I still working because I love it or because I'm afraid? Be brave enough to answer, because 8 days is not a retirement, and 5 years is not a small sacrifice, and the barber's chair doesn't care about your pension plan.